Long ago, in a faraway land, there lived a people whose skin was the color of polished ebony, and whose spirits danced to the rhythm of drums. This is the tale of those who hunted witches in the dead of night. They were called the witch hunters, and their duty was to purge the world of those who practiced dark magic. But where did these hunters come from? Why were they created? You see, back then, some humans had discovered how to channel the powers of the ancestors through ancestral magic. They were called the witches. Some witches could heal the sick, others could see the future. They were feared and respected. And among them were powerful seers who claimed to have knowledge of ancient truths so profound that if spoken aloud, would unravel the very fabric of reality. Fearing their growing power and influence, the greedy rulers of the land turned to the ancestors for help, and in their desperation swore eternal sacred oaths to become the witch hunters, taking on the symbols and rituals of the witches, turning their robes inside out to symbolize banishing, and carrying torches to represent stolen ancestral fire. Thus the witch hunters were born, each member tied to a different tribe or clan of witches. Each hunter carried a star-forged blade, a weapon of the sky, and wore a mask that allowed them to enter the spirit realm to capture the witches. Those without masks died of fright when encountering the hunters. So even the bravest warriors joined the ranks of the witch hunters to protect themselves from going insane. And each hunter was granted a flame-wreathed sword that burned with the fire of 1,000 suns. And so the hunters set out into the night to find the witches. But we must ask, what kind of magic did these witches practice? Were they truly evil? In actuality, the witches were not evil. Rather, they were healers and seers who used their powers to protect the innocent and maintain balance in the world. And each witch belonged to a different clan, each tied to an element of nature: the fire witches, the water witches, the earth witches, and the air witches. Each were revered for their unique abilities and knowledge. The fire witches, fierce and passionate, could control the flames and heal the sick. The water witches, calm and nurturing, could heal the body and calm the mind. The earth witches, strong and wise, could control the weather and protect the land. And the air witches, swift and cunning, could read minds and control the winds. But still the witch hunters sought to destroy them all. For you must understand that the hunters' power came directly from the witches themselves. Their fire was stolen ancestral essence. Yet somehow only one hunter began to question this. His name was Kellen. As he ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, he came face to face with a witch, a matriarch of the clan. With her wrinkled face and eyes that twinkled like stars, she radiated wisdom and power. Despite her advanced age, she moved with the grace of a young woman, and her presence commanded respect and fear in equal measure. She knew Kellen's purpose, but instead of running, she stood her ground. She revealed the truth about the hunters and their sacred oaths, their connection to the witches and the stolen fire within their veins. Overwhelmed by this revelation, Colin struggled with his loyalty to his guild and his newfound knowledge. He was torn between his oath to hunt witches and his compassion for the truth. Should he expose the deception and risk the wrath of his fellow hunters, or should he remain silent and perpetuate the cycle of lies? As the night wore on, Colin grappled with this dilemma, his heart heavy with the weight of his decision. Finally he made his choice. He removed his mask, extinguishing the flame-wreathed sword and freeing its spirit. Then he knelt before the witch, pledging to protect her and her people. But this act of defiance came at a cost. Colin was now a traitor to his guild, hunted by his former comrades. With the stolen fire extinguished, the land began to wither. The once lush vegetation turned to dust and the rivers ran dry. The people, stripped of the ancestral magic that sustained them, fell ill and the balance of life was broken. Colin and the witches fought valiantly, but the hunters were relentless. Finally, with the power of the ancestral fire rekindled, the land began to heal. The vegetation grew back, the rivers flowed once more, and the people were cured of their ailments. Balance was restored, but at what cost? The witch hunters, with their oaths broken and purpose shattered, vanished into the night, leaving behind a legacy of fear and mystery. And so the witch hunters became a thing, a folktale, a warning to those who would wield power without understanding its true nature. And Colin, well, some say he became one with the ancestors, while others say he vanished into the sunset, forever haunted by the flames of his past.